You guys, stop the press. This is season 2. I have 2 seasons of my own show. I mean, it's not like the biggest show in the world or anything like that with like thousands of viewers or anything, but I still have 2 seasons of it, and I have to say that feels pretty daggone good to me, okay? I am Michelyn Cierra. Those of you who know me know that I used to sing a lot professionally, and then I became this super weird, jaded introvert who stays where? In a house. So, welcome to season 2, episode 1 of In a House with Michelyn Cierra.
When you're here, you make my inhibitions disappear. I like when you stare, make me feel like the woman like I said. I like having you around me. I like
So in season 1, I started every episode off with a prayer and then the top 1 or 2 artists, songs, projects that I've been listening to. So this season, same concept. I'm switching it up a little bit though. I'm going to start each episode off with a scripture and then the top 1 or 2 artists, songs, or projects that I've been listening to. And today's scripture comes from Philippians chapter 4, verse 6 through 8. And it says, "Don't worry about anything. Instead, pray about everything. Tell God what you need and thank Him for all He has done. Then you will experience God's peace, which exceeds anything we can understand. His peace will guard your hearts and minds as you live in Christ Jesus." This scripture is one of my favorites because it touches on the things that actually changed my life. A few years back when I was going through a really dark time, gratitude, thank Him for all He has done, and then focusing my thoughts on Him. When you come from a place of gratitude, even for the like really small things in your day-to-day life, and you reshift your focus and perspective, it makes such a difference. And God really will give you peace that passes all understanding. Sometimes I have peace so deep, it really does not make sense to me. It's the most beautiful thing in the world. And I thank God for being able to experience something like that in this crazy world we live in. Okay, so y'all know that I share what I've been listening to lately, and today we're going to do this a little bit differently because the artist that I'm highlighting today is actually here in the house with me. She will be joining me in just a moment for some fun, but first, let me tell you a little bit about her. J.C. Bost, singer-songwriter, just released her first EP earlier this year entitled A Lover's Gambit, Side A 4-track, smooth, sexy, sweet, jazzy, soulful piece of art. Right out the gate, it's giving grown and sexy. I kept thinking I would be able to narrow down a favorite. I was like, Orange Silk. That melody line is so sexy. But then Pretty Words, something again in that melody just speaks to me. And I can't explain it, but I'm a huge melody girl. J.C. Bost excellent melody choices. There's such a vulnerability and truth behind the way that she delivers that song. And it's the track that, to be honest with you, I have had on repeat more than anything else. So I guess that means I did find my favorite. But anyway, it's absolutely beautiful. She's absolutely beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss J.C. Bost. Okay, thank you, girl, for being here with me.
Of course.
Thank you so much. Super excited to have you guys.
Happy to be here.
This is the infamous.
Way happy to be here.
Thank you. So I was talking about your melodies, which are probably one of my top 2 or 3 favorite things about your work.
Mm-hmm.
Describe what that process is like for me when you're writing a song. Like, do you hear the melody lines first? Do you have lyrics first and the melody comes? Like, what's your songwriting process like?
For me, most days now, it's kind of like a freestyle process, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So when I find a body of music or a body of work that inspires me, I will always start with the melody of something that I hear. Most of the time, I'm trying to tell some type of story when I'm writing. So for instance, in Orange Silk, the melody that follows the song is supposed to be an escalation of intimacy. And by the time you get to the bridge and there's the big breakdown of the O's and ahs, that's the the cookie on top of the ice cream. We'll call it the lady explosion. And I feel like the melody should always exhibit emotions that people can relate to, not just sound pretty. Like sounding pretty is great and is ideal, definitely, but it should definitely invoke something that maybe bring something to memory or something you want to experience or anything that is just kind of evoking some type of emotional
and relatable. Yeah, that makes sense. So the project is like very obviously dripping in love energy. Talk about the inspiration for how this whole project came to be and what it's all about.
Yes. So honestly, when I started making music, I did not think that I was somebody who was going to make music, which is incredibly hilarious. I always thought that I'm an actress first and I tell stories. But as I was exploring my musical prowess, I would say, I noticed that it was easier for me to tell stories through melody, like I just mentioned. And when I was writing the songs, it was mostly just about things that I was experiencing in falling in love. Which is why the side A is called why it's called A Lover's Gambit, because when you decide to take the gamble of love, or you decide to take the gamble in really getting to know someone and trust someone, most of the time it doesn't go the way that you think it's gonna go. And there are multiple things that you experience, good, bad, and ugly, in learning someone who's a different person than you in general. And really, the project is just about all of the ins and outs of getting to know and love someone, and then choosing to do it often. And I mean, it's really just supposed to be a love lesson and a love story to the work that goes into the gamble you take when you decide to love someone.
Honestly,
sometimes it can pay off. Sometimes you lose a little money.
You guys, everything she's saying can be literally heard in the project. Like, I don't know if it's because of your experience with acting or what, but your ability to put those emotions and experiences that you're explaining into the way the song sounds and is written is like, it's palpable and it's amazing. Like,
I appreciate that.
I have such respect for people who can take that and put it into something. Like, that's not easy.
It's not easy, but I think I call it like I call it coloring the story. So it's like taking the colors that you feel in the emotion and using it in a way. And I do that when people want to work in voice lessons and stuff with me. I'm not a voice teacher, but when people ask me just stuff like what helps me sing and stuff like that. Obviously, everything is breath work. Let me say that in general. But when you want to invoke emotions, it's about coloring the sound. And the only way to do that is to color literally with your body. So how you open your mouth and close it, and the breaths you take, and how you say certain words, and the way it's literally like painting. It's like watercolors and throwing some picture together, and it doesn't need to be perfect, but you're definitely coloring a song. So
you explaining that is enchanting. I don't understand.
I hope to be that way, because if you're going to be an actress and you can't grab attention, then
you are enchanting, lady.
Thank you.
And your project is beautiful. You did an amazing job coming out the gate. Like, this is your first EP.
First music I ever put out.
This is your first project that you released. When I tell you I repeated.
She in the house saying this.
I'm in the house and I was repeating that joke.
I love
on
that.
a loop.
Thank you so much. Well, side B, I'm working on.
And I can't wait.
It's going to be something very different. It's going to be the other side of the gambit that you take in love, when sometimes it don't pay off, or sometimes, you get a little frustrated.
I'm intrigued and excited. Oh my God, I can't wait to hear how you channel that.
Oh, yes.
Hi, guys. Just a really quick reminder. I wanted to make sure that you're following me on Instagram. That's at Michelyn Cierra. You probably already are. No big deal. Just wanted to remind you. But since you're here right now, you could also make sure you're subscribed to the channel. You probably did that too already. I know I'm behind. It's fine. Just for those stragglers, the one or two, make sure you do that. That's all. In the meantime, we can dive into this episode. It is Truth or Drink. Hey guys, so as you know, this is my first episode of my second season, and because I'm so pressed about that, I have invited Miss JC Bost to help me play a little game where actually I am going to be in the hot seat a little bit here. It's called Truth or Drink.
We're going to have a good time.
I'm kind of scared. So it's not all like alcohol shots. We have shots over here, and they're all a bunch of random stuff. Some of which do include alcohol, though. By the way, so it's gonna be a lover's gambit.
It's gonna be a gambit. It's gonna be a gambit of a time.
It's gonna be a gamble.
Hopefully she does want to answer because the questions are burning and they hot. Okay, we need the tea.
I'm kind of scared. You guys know I'm a wuss. Let me take my glasses off. What kind of controversy are you bringing in the house?
So, first question of the day. Dun, dun, dun. Very easy. Are there any actions from men in books or movies that have made your heart melt?
Okay, so I just watched this movie the other night, like maybe yesterday even, and that's why it came to mind first. It may not be the most swoon-worthy thing in the world, but
it's yours.
Walk to Remember. When I don't know, Landon Carter, when he named the star after Jamie.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason it made me swoon was because obviously the viewer knows that she has cancer. So it was almost like his way of making her live on forever. That star is always going to be there, like even when you're gone. And he had it named after her, and he presented it to her, and she was all into astrology and everything. So probably not the most swoon-worthy, but it's the most recent one, and it came to my mind.
That's definitely swoon-worthy. Is there any country that you want to live in abroad? Like, is there a country that you're like, I definitely want to live there for a couple of months, experience the culture, figure out what it's like living?
So yeah, probably a whole bunch of them.
Ooh.
Probably a whole bunch of them. But I would say right now, based on experience, because I've been to this country, I would probably say Italy, because there's so much to love about it.
The people not racist?
They weren't to me.
You were gorgeous.
I mean, no, I don't think they are though. Very nice, very complimentary. We got a lot of we made some friends over there.
Were you in the tourism part of Italy, or did you take your own little?
Yeah, so that's the thing. I kind of wanted to take my own little
copy,
but when I went, I was primarily in a touristy area. So I would go back and have my own little and go live there.
I have always wanted to spend like a week or two in Tuscany. So we might need to take a little trip.
That's the part. No, Tuscany is exactly where I want to go. I spent one day in Tuscany, one afternoon when I was there, and it was not nearly enough. Oh. That's exactly where I want. That's exactly where I want to go.
Tuscany.
I wrote a song about it.
Oh, really?
I'm so serious.
I need to hear that. So put in the comments if you've been to Italy. Let me know if they're racist, because we need to go. Truth or drink? What is your favorite first and your least favorite first? Any. They could be spicy or non-spicy.
Okay, just to shake things up a bit, I'm gonna start this off with a bang.
Ah!
I'm gonna take a drink.
I'm going to pick this one.
Oh my god, I'm scared already.
I'm
gonna try not to smell. Let me take a deep breath so that I don't sniff.
Don't sniff it.
I don't want to be able to identify what it is. Hold on.
I can't really see the colors, but hold your breath. I don't know what it is.
I'm so scared.
Hopefully it's not. What is it?
Vitamin water.
It was vitamin water.
That was excellent.
Okay, great.
Vitamins for the win.
Is there any celebrity that you think is doing a very good job as a celebrity, because it's hard to be a celebrity, or a bad job as a celebrity?
Let's see.
It's a job on its own.
It is definitely a job. I definitely do feel like there are some that are doing a pretty good job of it, though. Zendaya.
Ooh, my girl! I say that every time.
Zendaya.
I say it every time, and I say it and I mean it.
I mean it too.
Zendaya rocks being a celebrity like nobody's business, because what's private is private.
Yeah.
And when she want to come out, she comes out, and she does her job.
And when she comes out, she comes out.
She comes out and she enjoys
like,
coming
she's
out.
not here to play with you when she comes out.
Regardless of how exhausting it can be to be a celebrity, because imagine this.
Yeah.
You sleep 4 hours, you get up, you fly to another city, you answer questions for probably 12 hours of the day.
A lot of the same
You don't
things.
eat a full meal. Maybe sometimes you eat a full meal. And then you've got to take your time and say hello to the fans because they're the people who really pay you.
And you can't show them how exhausted you are.
You can't. You got to keep it up. You got to look good. You got to keep your nails done. You got to keep your eyebrows done. Your makeup's got to look good. You can't look exhausted even though you are. And then at the end of that day, you got to pick up, maybe sleep for 3 or 4 hours and fly to another city. And then on top of that, you still got a job to do. Don't be acting.
And you got a family.
Don't have gigs. Don't have to. And I love the fact that social media is not a big part of her celebrity life.
It's not. That's crazy.
Because
but she's still so popping.
She is popping because she pops out.
Yes.
Sometimes you got to pop out of show niggas.
That's the crazy thing.
You know what I mean?
She does it well.
Would you rather an economic totalitarian society where everyone is forced to live and do the same things, but nobody lacks anything, or the current state of our nation? And do you think humans will ever solve our differences?
I can't.
That's a loaded question.
Yeah.
Start with the would you rather.
My neck with that one.
Start with the would you rather. We'll take a drink.
So how about I'll answer part of it and take a drink for the other. I'm gonna take a drink for the first part.
Yes.
With the two versions of the societies. And I will answer, do I think mankind will ever, what was it?
Solve our differences.
Solve our differences. Do I think that? No. No, I do not think so. It's very sad and it's very unfortunate, but it's also even biblical.
Absolutely.
I unfortunately don't foresee a period of time in our lifetime where, maybe anyone's lifetime, where where everyone is like kumbayaing together.
Yeah.
I wish
I don't foresee that either, but I feel like my problem that I think I understand is that most people don't know how to mind their business.
That's the problem.
They
like,
involve
if you
themselves
mind your business
in everyone else's business.
Let everybody else mind their business. We're good.
That would be all right. Don't smell it. Deep breath.
Hold on. Yep. Okay.
There you go.
Oh my god, I'm scared again.
I don't know what it is.
Oh my god, I'm scared again.
I feel like I'm grabbing all the good ones.
Oh.
I'm gonna grab a bad one next time.
Tasty.
All right, that's 2. What was that?
That was cranberry juice.
Cranberry juice and vitamin waters. A yes or no question.
Okay. Oh.
Spicy.
That almost scares me more.
Someone that you've disliked for a long time is in need of help. And they come across you. Can you help them?
Yes.
Is this true?
Yes. I mean, the circumstances around the situation matter. Like, what do you need help with? Are you asking me for my entire savings account?
No,
are you asking me to give you a
like,
ride? Like, what do you need help with?
But you would say yes?
Yes.
That's so lovely.
Now, well, I guess, yes.
Like, I mean, dislike, like
in my
when
soul.
you when you think about, you hear their name, you just be like, it's just something about them that I just be like, eh. You know what I mean?
So yeah, that's why I say the situation matters, because like it depends on what you need help with. It depends on.
Nice.
I am willing to help, yes, but like
I feel like I could too.
It really depends, though.
But don't talk to me.
Yeah,
don't say anything.
Don't touch me, and like, do not contact me after this assistance.
I don't want to hear about your gratefulness.
Do not follow up with me. Like, the God in me will help you.
That's lovely.
If I can, if it's within my ability to help you, but do not follow up with me after I help you. Be on your way.
I feel like most people might say no.
Yeah.
Would you say no?
People in the comments.
Would you say no? And that's why we love Michelyn's in the house. We love it. How would one completely cater to your love language? We know who need to be watching this.
Well,
watch closely.
Raja. My love languages are quality time and acts of service. So
acts of service.
If
from the lady who won't let me wash her dishes.
Girl, because you just can't like she comes to my house and she's like, hey, want me to wash your dishes? And I'm like, who does that? It would be like doing stuff for me that I don't even ask you to do. Like showing up, quality time, being around, and then like noticing that the door is off the hinges and putting it back on the hinges, or noticing that there are, unless you're Juju, dishes in the sink and washing the dishes. Like just like paying attention to things and taking care of them, taking my car to go get the oil changed and putting gas in it and saying, hey babe, filled your tank up, have a good day, love you. Like,
yes,
yes.
Or like, I saw you needed some.
You're helping me in my life. Like, what do you mean? Absolutely.
What is one pivotal moment in your life that has helped you decide who MC really was or was going to be? Anything.
I mean, there were moments that took place, like in my childhood, for example, that made me say, okay, I don't want to be that the version of that person or that little girl or whatever. But the thing that I actually say this in like job interviews a lot, a moment that comes to mind that helped me realize how great I am,
period,
would be I had gotten a new job. This is years ago, and my boss at the time had gone out on maternity leave, and I was like the one right under her. So I had just gotten hired. I think they were like urgently looking for someone because she was getting ready to go out. So I got there, she left. And there was this huge event that like politicians and very important people, the CEO of the whole organization and everything, were going to be at. And I had to...
Anxiety. I'm sorry.
Girl, I had to plan the entire thing from start to finish. I had to help put it all together. Day of, I was like, you know, like with the headset and the notebook and like making all the... Like, and I did that. And I got such amazing feedback from like the CEO even said something about the event, and to me that just went to show me like this was my first time ever doing an event this big and
testing your capabilities
by myself. And you know, not only did I pull it off, but like I did that.
You exceeded.
I did. And it made me feel like I
love that.
No sleep on you. You can do all the things.
Yeah. I love that moment where you're like, you tap into like possibilities of like, oh wow, I'm kind of like can do a lot. Like a little bit limitless, maybe.
Oh wow, yes. Hello me. Yeah.
Oh.
I am gonna take a drink to that one though, because why not?
All right. Here's a scary
Deep
one.
breath. Oh my god. Now I actually am scared because I've had 2 good ones and I feel like I'm gonna set myself up here. I knew that one was coming, but I'm glad I got it out the way. Or no, that was lemon juice. I did not know that one was coming. That was okay. You know the sour,
the burn.
That still was too nice though, because now I still know that all the worst ones are still yet to come.
That's a good thing about this game. What are the things that give you confidence? It can be about yourself. It can be about anything.
I feel like this answer is gonna sound a little bit...
No judgment.
Cocky?
No judgment.
I kind of just naturally have it.
Yeah.
I don't like seek out to find confidence. Like it's literally just naturally there.
Yeah.
And you can't really tell me anything. I know I'm wonderful. I know I'm great in so many ways.
Yes.
And I know it. But I am humble. Like I know it, and I think you should know that you're great.
Yes.
Confidence
doesn't mean self-centered at all.
Yeah.
I feel like yes. So what would you think to piggyback on that question, or you can take a drink? What would you think is a good way for people who are working on finding confidence within themselves?
I have an answer for that.
Let's see.
So this is something that I did do years ago when I was going through a depression, and I had taken a hit to my self-esteem. So the fake it till you make it concept.
I was gonna say that.
That's what helped me through that. And I also like I looked at certain like celebrities or people that I looked up to, and I identified qualities in them that I liked, that I looked up to. Like, what is it about her that makes me like her so much? And that quality I started building within myself. And then like I went outside and I was like, we don't feel it, but we gonna act like we do. And then you do that, it kind of just happens.
In you. Yeah, it sits in you. I agree with you.
Happens.
We are so sisters, because I called that studying. Is what I call
studying.
it.
Yeah,
I call it studying. Because for me, if you knew me growing up, I was a little bit obscure, I want to say, in a sense where I didn't necessarily not fit in, because I'm a social butterfly, but I didn't fit perfectly anywhere. And it was just very growing up, it's like something that sits heavy on you, because it's like, it gives you sort of like an identity crisis.
Yeah, I feel that to this day. I don't fit in anywhere.
To this day.
I feel you, yeah.
Exactly. And one of the things that I had decided was that in order for me to instill the confidence that I wanted to have, that I was inspired by other people, is I just looked at the things that they did that helped them. I studied, basically. It's separate from copying or trying to put a person on you that you aren't. It's about studying the capabilities and qualities that you can do yourself.
That comes down to intentionality.
Yes.
Like, if you're faking it till you make it, but you have an intention and a pathway that you're in pursuit of.
Yes.
The faking it till you make it is just like a floaty device.
Yeah,
to get you
until you start learning how to swim.
And then the studying that you're doing, now you have like the blueprint. Like, try it on for size and let it actually like see how it feels on your skin.
Yeah,
and,
it's like finding your style. Do you believe in life magic or manifestation? If you have any magic in your day-to-day life, or things that feel magical to you, or anything like that, or if you believe in the art of manifestation.
Okay, so the answer to all of those things.
First, you must take a shot, just because.
Okay, wait.
And I'll tell you what, I have a special shot back here for me, so we'll take a shot together.
Okay, now I'm really scared.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Ooh!
Oh, okay. That was
I
know what that is, but that was easier than I would have anticipated.
It burned a little bit.
Something like that.
But it was delicious.
That was alcohol, guys.
Yes, it was.
That was drunky drink. Straight up. Oh.
Would you like some fruit to wash it down?
Is there? I'll take a grape. Yeah, grape would be good. Excellent. I think my answer to those questions is yes, but there's a but. There is magic in like almost everything. I started romanticizing my life a long time ago. Another thing I did to help with depressive episodes, finding magic in the most simple and mundane things, really,
I love that.
Is a massive change in perspective for you, can make a really big impact in your life.
It's true.
So yes, I do find magic in life and in really simple things. I do also believe that manifestation is a thing. Like, I do think that if you're intentional about something, if you set out to do something, if you focus your energy and efforts and attention on that thing, can very much happen. And for me, 10 out of 10 times it does happen.
Ooh.
I've never not had the fruit of something. Well, maybe there's one thing. We won't get into that. 9 out of 10 times I have manifested the things that I meant to manifest. Perhaps the one thing that I'm referring to is because it's not meant for me. And that's where the but comes in. Because I am not single-handedly responsible for what happens in my life, or what I accomplish, or what I do. God wrote my story.
Right.
It was written a long time ago. Whatever God has planned for my life is exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah.
There may be something that in my mind I wanted to manifest. Maybe that didn't happen because it's not a part of God's plan.
Right.
So I believe that God gives us as people the ability and the freedom to create things, make choices, decide what we want, go after it. And I do think that there are times where he has plans maybe that are even bigger than the ones that we had for ourselves, or even just different. And he may reroute that for you. So I believe that yes, there's manifestation is a thing.
Yeah.
I think it's definitely doable. I've done it a lot of times, but that is not without that being because it was already in God's plan for it to happen for me.
Yeah. General based question. The question says, what is your favorite conspiracy?
Conspiracy.
Yes, even though you don't like conspiracy. What's your if you don't want to answer the question?
I don't know. I don't know what the I don't know what it is.
We can end it off.
Because I don't know conspiracies
see
that
what
well.
it is. I believe in you. I'm scared for you.
Okay.
What was it?
That was Dr. Pepper.
Okay, good. One first.
Ah.
So you can get it over with. I can't. Okay, next one.
Is this one nice?
I think so. I don't know what it is. It's not nice.
It's nicer than the last one. When I tell you.
You dying a little bit?
Bruh. That last one, I knew it was coming because I knew that it was in the mix. This is a combination of Jack, so more alcohol, and Dr. Pepper.
Okay.
So it's not straight Jack like the last one.
Oh, so you finna be hot. I'll take the other half of it. If you want to take half of it, I'll take the other half.
That one that I just had, guys, it was
It burns.
apple cider vinegar, and I will never be the same. I know people do that, like they take like a.
I did that when I mostly do it like when I'm sick because it helps to break down the mucus.
Does it? Well, praise God, it's serving a purpose. I would have rather jump off a bridge.
I'd rather roll down the stairs into a pile of pine cones because.
God.
And the worst part is apple cider vinegar don't even get you drunk. It just make you hot.
It's just nasty.
That's good.
I was not trying to poison JC. That's why I took the brunt of the things here. Because I know she has a sensitive tummy.
I have a sensitive tummy.
To a G for taking the shot with me, though.
Absolutely. Oh, I'm going to take a shot with my girl.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, baby girl, for coming and being on my show and for having so much fun with me.
Always.
I got to have you back because this was like the best time I've had. You guys need to make sure you follow her on her social media. I'm putting it here. And you also need to make sure that if you have not already, you hit that subscribe button.
Hit the subscribe button right now. Why are you playing?
You should have done it earlier.
Why are you playing? You know you want to see this all the time.
I would.
It's a good time.
Until next time, guys.
Bye.